Hello everyone, my name is Tristan and I'm going to give a relatively quick rundown of enchanting for you. The very first thing that you need to note is to check whether or not your item is even enchantable. To check this, simply look at your item, and on this line, if it says enchantable, you're good to go. Enchantable items will also sometimes have unidentified properties at the bottom of their item tooltip. You will need to use an identification scroll to actually find out what these properties are, which I am about to show you. The numbers that are beside these properties mean that once you have your item enchanted to plus whatever that number is, say +3, then that means you gain that new stat on your item. Say I were to successfully enchant this item to +3, I would now get to use the 4.5% more damage to boss monsters. After you have an enchantable item, the next thing you need to do is get an item to consume. You'll see exactly what I mean by consume in a minute once I do this enchant. But the item you consume needs to be the same tier as the item that you're actually using now, so mine is tier 4, which means I need another tier 4. It also has to be the same item type. Because mine is a weapon, I have to get another weapon. After you actually have your item to consume, the next thing you need to get is your ALKAHESTS, or more easily referred to as powders. There are 3 types of powders. White is the most common, and it has a normal success rate, and it also has a normal chance to fail and downgrade. Downgrade means that, say my item was at +3 when I started to enchant, and it were to fail and downgrade, my item would now be a +2. Your item will not downgrade every time you fail, but when you use the cheap white powder, you have a higher percentage to downgrade than you would using a blue powder. But most people use the white powder to get your item up to at least +6. The pink powder has a high success rate, but it still has a normal chance at degrading your item. If you're going to invest in an item to enchant it a lot, then I would probably use the blue powder and not the pink powder. The blue powder has a normal success rate, but it has a very small chance of degrading your item. You want to use this to enchant your item from +6 to +12. The blue powder is the most expensive, but it's worth it. For +0 to +2, you will want to use a common item, which is a white item to consume, and you want to use a white powder. For enchanting +2 to +4, you want to use an uncommon item, which is a green item to consume, and you want to use a white powder as well. For enchanting +4 to +6, you will want to use a rare item, which is a blue item to consume, and you want to either use white or pink powder. The pink powder is more expensive, but you have a higher success rate. For enchanting items +6 to +12, you will use a legendary item, which is a gold item, and you will want to use blue powder. It's worth noting that you can actually open the enchanting window by hitting T if you have not changed the keybind. The number of powders needed depends on the item tier. Since my item's tier was 4, I need 4 powders. As you can see, my item is now a +1. I gained some extra base stats on my weapon. I gained +4 to my attack modifier and +6 extra damage. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope this was helpful to you. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe, as I will be adding many more videos.